Hi students, so today we are going to learn about Form 3, Chapter 2, Respiration, Topic 2.5 Gaseous Exchange in Plant. So basically, as we know, when we breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide, and for the plant, when they take in the carbon dioxide, they breathe out oxygen. So during the day, besides respiration, plant also carry out photosynthesis by taking carbon dioxide. So for human, there are two processes. For human, there's only one process. We call it respiration. Correct or not? Where is my highlighter? Okay, so for human, there's only one process is respiration, right? So, but for plant, during respiration, oxygen is taken. For plant, they also carry out respiration. For plant, they carry out photosynthesis. So basically, for living things like us, we carry out respiration, one process. But for plant, there are two processes, respiration and photosynthesis. I think we learned a lot about photosynthesis, correct or not? We did learn a lot of photosynthesis, especially happen in the day, due to the sunlight, the chlorophyll absorb the sunlight, and from carbon dioxide and water, it will be translated to oxygen and sugar, your food. So how about night? Because at night there's no sunlight. So if no sunlight, then what? Usually the tree go to sleep. A lot of people say like that, right? So during the night, the plant will carry out respiration, will take out oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Then you might say, what? During the day, the plant take oxygen, give out carbon dioxide. During the night, the plant take oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Then then no oxygen, no, because the plant also use oxygen, human also use oxygen. Not to worry, because the gases exchange for the photosynthesis is more. So actually, there's always more oxygen than the plant produce the carbon dioxide. So the more plant, you will produce more oxygen. It's just like this process, they produce less, they also produce carbon dioxide, but it will be lesser as compared to the amount of oxygen. So that's why at night, we can see that the plant give out carbon dioxide. Correct or not? That's why I heard people, last time people tell me that do not plant in your sleeping room, because people thought, yeah, I put plant in my room, so when I sleep I got oxygen, because the plant give oxygen, natural oxygen. You don't know that when you are sleeping, the plant not giving out oxygen, but the plant is giving carbon dioxide. So you plant more plant when you're sleeping, you also give carbon dioxide, the plant also giving carbon dioxide, which is actually not healthy if you got a lot of carbon dioxide, correct or not? Carbon dioxide can be dangerous, it can cause death because it don't have smell. So can you smell carbon dioxide? Cannot. But even a lot also you cannot smell. So eventually it might lead to death for severe case for severe case. Okay, moving on. Diffusion of carbon dioxide. Okay, what is diffusion? What is diffusion? Diffusion, if I want to put in the layman term, as I mentioned, go in, go out. Go in, go out. I mean, I can say the carbon dioxide go into the leaf. Or I can say the carbon dioxide diffuse into the leaf. So which one is better? For example, we can say the diffusion of carbon dioxide into the stoma of the leaf. Means this is the leaf. Down here got the stoma. The carbon dioxide diffuse into the leaf, or the carbon dioxide diffuse into the water. Or I can say the carbon dioxide go into the leaf. But if you say carbon dioxide go into the leaf, you get 0 mark, because you don't use the word diffusion. It's just a term it don't sound nice when you say go in. Diffuse is resapan. Air meresap. You don't say air masuk ke dalam kain. Kain menyerap air, bukan air masuk ke dalam kain. So same goes to English as well, right? We want to use a proper word so that the words carry meaning. Correct or not? There's a meaning. Like meaning the more you learn, the more words you learn, then the sentence make more meaning. Okay, according to the different concentration of carbon dioxide. Okay, so due to the diffusion, there's tendency to achieve equilibrium in the process of diffusion. For example, if a person cook very nice burger, so we can see that the particle of the food is very concentrated. Because it's very concentrated, it tends to move away to find a balance point. So at last the smell will go and spread. And Ali is standing here, he can smell the food. So the gas tends to spread evenly, even in carbon dioxide, oxygen, and so on. So as I'm sitting here, I'm breathing oxygen, my face here got more carbon dioxide. It will slowly spread outside. And oxygen will slowly come inside. Due to the concentration of oxygen here is higher than my face here. I mean, you cannot see. This is not a good analogy, but it's something like it will go in and carbon dioxide, it will go out. If not, the carbon dioxide always here. Then I continue to breathe, then I die because I got no oxygen. But it won't happen due to diffusion in the concentration. Again, here concentration a lot, so it will go out. Yeah, what does it mean by concentration? I know concentration means what? Means you study. You take the book, you read. I concentrate. And there's another meaning of concentration. What are the meaning of concentration? When you, for example, you want to buy orange in the supermarket, Sanskrit. You know Sanskrit? How to spell Sanskrit? The Sanskrit. Second, you pay me money for this advertisement. Sanskrit, I put in the orange Sanskrit bottle. They will say it's a concentrated orange. Because I just need to put water and mix. I can make a lot of orange juice. Because the orange is very concentrated. 全部一堆 all the thing 一堆 concentration 一堆在那边 So as too much of concentration, it will tend to spread. Okay, spread to other place. That's why it will diffuse to other place. Okay, so let's see this one. When carbon dioxide is used for photosynthesis, the concentration of carbon dioxide cell become lower compared to the concentration between the cell. The concentration will dissolve into the surface. Yes. So let's say, again, I think I mentioned before, but I mentioned again. Let's say this is the water. Let's say this is the water. Why the drawing I draw until like this? Let me adjust. Let's say this is water. And there is a fish here. Okay. One thing we know is if I close here, the fish will die. If I open, the fish will survive. Why? Because oxygen can go into the water. Why? Why oxygen want to go in? Just like that lah. Because the concentration of oxygen here is high. The fish use the oxygen already, so it's low. So from the principle of concentration, it will be from concentration part to the less concentration. It's like a principle. Again, if I draw out the same thing, let's say this is a water and there's a fish inside here. I got carbon dioxide, right? Because the fish use carbon dioxide. So they breathe out carbon dioxide. And here inside also got carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide come out. Why the carbon dioxide go out? Why it diffuse out? Why? Let's say the exam question asks why. So the key word to answer is diffusion. The key word to answer is concentration. The concentration of carbon dioxide in the water is high. Higher than the surface, the air. Therefore, the carbon dioxide will diffuse out from the water into the air. Okay, so just these two keywords. Let's say the question asks why oxygen go into the water. Because the oxygen like no, because the concentration of oxygen in the air is higher than the concentration of oxygen in the water. So the oxygen will diffuse, I don't want to say go in, the oxygen will diffuse into the water. 2 mark. So this is due to the concentration. And also means, let's read this one. Diffusion is the process of movement of particles from region of high concentration to low concentration. High concentration to low, correct or not? From high to low. Another example, let's give more examples so that you can understand this clearly. Let's say I use a watercolor, right or not? Let's say I use a cup. I put a watercolor inside. What color you like? Let's say I put blue color. Right or not? Blue watercolor. So I put, this is the water. I put blue watercolor here. I just take the watercolor, bloop, inside. So the blue watercolor is here. What happened is, after tomorrow, what happened? The whole solution become blue. Why it become blue? Because this one, the watercolor move out. Explain 2 mark. Because, again, the keyword is concentration. The concentration of this position is higher than other places around the water. Therefore, the watercolor will diffuse and spread evenly throughout the water. Correct or not? Because here is concentrated, so it tends to from high concentration to low. So here is high concentration region, here is low. So always from high to low. It's an automatically process. No need to do anything, just sit there and watch. So why do I need to explain this? Because I scared the exam will ask you, let me see the question. Why the carbon dioxide dissolve into the cell? Let's say the question asks, why carbon dioxide diffuse into the cell? Because the plant is not like human. I can breathe. I can breathe. I can suck the air into my body. But how the plant breathe? Because the plant don't have a nose and the plant don't have a lung to absorb the air, but why the air can go in? Again, the keyword concentration, diffusion. Due to the high concentration of the air, let's say carbon dioxide. Due to the carbon dioxide concentration is higher than the inside of the leaf, the carbon dioxide will diffuse into the leaf. And then I talk about oxygen. Due to the oxygen inside the leaf is higher concentration than the outside air, the oxygen will diffuse out from the leaf. So, you get what I mean? I mean the keyword is when you answer in science, diffusion, concentration, or if you want to be more accurate, you say region, high concentration region or low concentration region. Okay, so this is the part. What you need to do is you need to memorize this also. The cuticle upper epidermis is here, and then this is the upper epidermis. And then the middle one, we call it as the palisade mesophyll. This one is called spongy mesophyll, and this one is called lower epidermis. So there are, I would say, 4 categories: upper epidermis, mesophyll cell, palisade mesophyll cell, spongy mesophyll cell, and the last one is lower epidermis. a lot of questions they can ask, like why here got less chlorophyll, like why there are less chlorophyll in spongy mesophyll cell as compared to palisade mesophyll cell. So palisade mesophyll cell got more chlorophyll because it's where the most of the sunlight is being shine, so you can absorb. And for this one, the question might ask why less chlorophyll, because it doesn't really directly being hit by the sun, but it's underneath it, and it need to be sponge. Like sponge means got air side, correct or not? Sponge got wind, right? After you press, got the wind. Press got wind. So there's a air sac at here to allow the I want to say transaction of gas that allow gases exchange. Okay, gases exchange cannot gases exchange. So you got sponge so got air, then the lid can move. Okay, so I don't think this is a favorite topic for everyone to learn. You might think this is boring, but the exam might kill you with this question because they can ask a lot of things. For example, they might ask which part of this place don't have chlorophyll. So your answer will be the lower epidermis because lower epidermis don't have the chlorophyll. Anything they can ask, okay? Anything. This causes the concentration of carbon dioxide between the cell to become lower. Again, the keyword is concentration, high or low, that's the keyword. The different concentration causes diffusion of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere into the air space between the cell through the stomata, which is open. Through a hole, this is stomata. This one you need to memorize, 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 this one you need to memorize. This one also you need to memorize. So let's look at here in the plant. This is like the bean. Is this a red bean? No, this is not a red bean. It's called as a gut cell. Oh, called as a gut. Correct or not? I mean like a gut, what the gut will do. The gut stand beside the wall to make sure the thing you can pass. You cannot come in. You don't have ticket. You don't stay at here, you don't have the card. Cannot open the door. Correct or not? Condominium guard always do like that. Same as this gut cell. Who want to go in and who want to go out? So let's see the gut cell to make sure this gas. If the gut close the door, the gut cell close, oxygen cannot go in, carbon dioxide cannot go out. If it open, means it can go in and go out. Sometimes want to open, sometimes want to close. Like the gut, right? No parking, then close lah. But this one, let's see why he want to close. Gut cell carry out chloroplast to contain out photosynthesis. Oh yeah, So, gut cell contain chloroplast to carry out photosynthesis. Stomata of plant open during photosynthesis where light and close when it get dark, or when the plant loses a lot of water. So basically, why it want to open? First, it want to open during the light. Because got light, open the door. People want to go in, go out like MCO, day, open the door. And night, you want to close it. Because there's no photosynthesis, no sunlight, so there's no need to open it, close it. You cannot open. Why? If you open too much time or when the plant loses a lot of water, if you open, even though the carbon dioxide is coming out, the water also coming out. So if the water come a lot, then the tree will tilt, will wilt and die. Correct or not? So why open? Because photosynthesis. Why you want to close? Because you don't want too much of water coming out from the leaf and the tree will die. Sometimes we use stomata, nothing important, singular, plural. Okay, one stoma, many stomata, or two stomata, 3 stomata. So we already learned that diffusion is from higher concentration to low concentration. High to low, like this place. Here is high, here is low. So from high to low. Osmosis is like the another opposite. From high concentration to the region of low water molecule. Yeah, it's almost the same, but it's actually the opposite. From high concentration of water molecule to the low concentration of water molecule. Actually, it's like the opposite. Instead of moving the particle, because usually if you want to talk about, let's say at here, I don't have this thing. So this one will move to here. Because here it got high concentration. Here got low. Okay, so this thing will move to here. But now I put something special. Magic. I put this thing called as semi-permeable membrane. So instead of moving the particle, when you put the thing, it will move from higher concentration of water to low concentration of water molecule. So the water will go in here. So one place got high water, one place got low water. Or another definition, we can say that solution with flow, you can see or not, low concentration of solute to high. This is the thing that confused. Diffusion from high to low. And then from osmosis is low to high. But got two meaning. Low concentration of solute to high concentration of solute. Solute means the the particle. Or high concentration of water molecule to low. Just to make things easier, in case you don't understand, you just memorize. Okay, from high concentration to low concentration. For osmosis, from high concentration, just add the word more water molecule to the lower concentration of water molecule. Easy, full stop. Okay, just remember like that. High to low, another one so high to low, but just add in water molecule. So the water molecule is here. Who want to do osmosis? Who is in charge of osmosis? So basically what happened is osmosis. Osmosis happen in our daily life, like the tree root that absorb the water. Why the tree root can absorb the water? Because due to osmosis. Why I buy mineral water? And if you can read here will say reverse osmosis. Is it after here? It's something like that, reverse osmosis. And while we are eating, we drinking, we eating, our body absorb the water, correct or not? Not the water coming out from our body, right? But our body absorb the water, also can be osmosis. So osmosis is a process that in our daily life, happening every time. Diffusion also happen every time. Let's say one person fart, 放屁, another person can smell at that. High to low, also the same thing. So diffusion and osmosis is happening daily in our life. So let's see this one. The concentration of glucose in the gut cell increase causes the water surrounding the cell to diffuse through the gut cell through osmosis. Correct or not? Due to the glucose, it absorbs and diffuse into the gut cell. So the thing go into the gut cell. The sugar, they say glucose. So after you go in due to osmosis, like here like here the water go in. So at here you can see the water go in. So as the water go in, it will become turgid and curve. Turgid means what? Turgid means when you touch the thing, the thing is turgid. If not turgid, then the tree will be like that. Turgid means the tree like that, you touch like that, and curve. As shown in the figure 2.20. Conversely, at night or hot day, water diffusion out of the gut cell through osmosis causes the gut cell to become flaccid and straight. Okay, so this is the turgid part. Okay, when it open, and the flaccid part, the water go out, then the stomata is closed. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you and bye bye.